So I'm just curious, did you watch the interview prior to knowing your name was in there, or did you get told about it and like, oh shit?
I was watching it live. Here's what I knew. When I saw, it was weird, I was on YouTube and it was probably about 30 seconds before it was going live. Like I literally pressed watch when it had the whole, the weird music, 2 minutes in, 1:30, you know, that
so
YouTube.
You're waiting.
I was waiting for it. I had it in queue and I was like, oh, I was making something to eat in the kitchen and I started watching it and I was like, sometimes you get bored and you're like, I'll watch it later. It was immediate. The minute I said, first it was like they were talking about the cognac and I was like, all right. But I could tell Cat's about to drop something. I could tell by his vibe, the way he was talking about the liquor, like, yeah, it doesn't have a bark aftertaste. I was like, oh, Cat's locked in. He's locked in. And then when the Rickey Smiley thing came up, I was like, oh, snap. I couldn't turn off. And then when my name came up, it happened so fast, I didn't want to pause the interview because I was watching it in real time and I felt like I was watching like history almost.
You're right.
So I was like, I ain't trying to pause it. So I had to get on Twitter. I'm watching on my laptop, so I'm on my phone going, hey, was that good or bad? And Twitter let me know, like, no, he gave you props. And then, you know, you got the angry black people on Twitter. It was like, no, he went in, bro. Yeah. He went in. And I was like, what'd he say? I mean, it happened so fast, and Shannon didn't expand on it.
Did it?
Shannon just gave it the wow.
Wow, and kept going.
And kept it going. Like, but that's been the story of every time my name comes up in a huge podcast interview, nobody ever keeps it going. I told the story, Judd Apatow brought me up on Joe Rogan's, and Joe Rogan just all right, and kept it moving. I go,
good story, boom.
I go, why don't you guys keep going?
Go deep there. There's more stories to tell.
I'm sitting there going, come on, keep it going.
I'm going to actually go into what he said. We're going to break that down, but I'm just curious, before you press play and start watching it, did you have any take on what type of interview that was going to be, knowing Cat? Like, did you have any type of like, let's just see if this, you know, where this goes? Because, you know, Steve Harvey was already on there. Rickey Smiley was already on there. Did you have any idea what was going to come forward?
No. Here's the thing. Cat's going to give you his opinion, unfiltered, on people. And I remember a long time ago, he was on Tom Joyner. And Cat's so dang smart in his words. Like, I remember he said, Mike Epps wasn't funny, right? In an interview with Tom Joyner, this was probably 12, 13 years ago. And Tom Joyner said, Cat, you said people don't think Mike Epps is funny. Cat said, I did not say that. I said, I don't think he's funny. He never said people doesn't think Mike Epps is funny. He goes, I. And I was like this, damn, he's so dang smart and careful with his words. So he didn't like say, or it was like one of Mike Epps' specials or something. It was like, I think it was like one of his specials. He didn't think it was funny. He goes, I never said, the people don't think he's funny. He goes, that special or something. But he's so careful and calculated with what he's saying. And here's the thing, so let's take Kat, Monique, let's take like DL, like people that phase on, people that really give their unfiltered opinion. It's like we're at a weird age where you got to agree with 100% of what they say, or you can't agree with anything they say. And I more look at it like, okay, I agree with that, but I don't agree with that. Like, I agree with that, but because more recently, there was a guy, I think his name's David Lucas, comic. He's on the Joe Rogan, tent. And he talked about George Floyd and it was bad. Here's the thing. Bad for people that are watching on the internet, but for his audience that comes to see that type of stuff, because he's off the Kill Tony thing, that's what they do. They take the darkest shit and they joke about it. So you gotta know who you're going to see. So when all those black people got up and left, I was like, they didn't know what they was walking into. It's like me, I don't know. It's like, I would never agree to do like a Joel Osteen comedy festival and then talk about pussy. You know? Right. Like, I knew what I'm getting into. Right. Like, and anytime you sign a contract with a comedy club or a theater, they never say you cannot talk about this. Now, you do a corporate event, they tell you can't cuss or you can't talk about this person or that. Off limits, you agree to that. But at a comedy club, all they're worried about is, can you put asses in the seats, and we want to make some money off food and drink. So that's the thing, when these audience members go there, I don't know, whether I thought that joke was funny about George Floyd or not is irrelevant, but I will defend him to be able to say what he wants on stage to the end.
I was going to say, like